show you how.
I said in one of my videos before, I use water bottle with like that. I do that. Then outside in.
Welcome.
You're serious?
I don't even see it. I used to say you used to be.
You okay? Is everything all right in there?
It's fine.
Shit. Tip, we're just gonna meet you outside, okay?
Okay. Slow me down.
Guys, welcome to Miss Valerie and the Jamaican Health. I'm gonna do curry chicken, but before I do that, I'm gonna clean up my chicken. So I like my knife to be sharp, so I'm using a file to just get my knife sharp. So when I'm cleaning the fat surface and the skin, you know, it is, you know,
Easy to come off.
easy. Yeah, easy to come off. Of course. It's a long time filing. It's in here filing. And the electric one, you know. Oh. But it really hard style. Really hard style file. Alright. So that sharpen up the edge in with the knife. Alright. I'm just gonna rinse it off. Now that my knife is sharpened, I'm gonna clean the chicken, take off the fat. This chicken didn't come with skin on it, so it's just the fat. So I don't want the excess fat when I'm cooking the chicken, because you don't want it to bring too much oil. So you just get it off and get this little part that is at the bottom of the chicken leg. This, you don't want this on your chicken. See? That is even a part of this. So just cut it off. Oops. And just cut this part off. You know, like this part doesn't look well. Okay, so get rid of that. Get these little things off. The chicken. Get those off. This is the excess fat. Turn it over. Some other fat. I try to get all the fats off my chicken. When I was a little child, we used to keep the fat on and you'd let it bring it springs oil, and then you use it to cook your chicken. But now, getting a little older, understand that you don't need too much grease, too much fat, then you know you get rid of it. All right, this, see, get it off. Don't mind if a piece of the flesh comes off. You know, this chicken is leg and thigh, but I cut the leg separate, and then this part, it's a piece of chicken back, we call it back home. You can use it to make soup, but it's nice in the curry because it has a bone in it, so it gives it a little flavor as well. This curry chicken without the bone, not saying nothing. The bone helps too. Give it a buzz, 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 buzz. Alright, so turn this one around. Get these off. And then I'm just gonna split up the chicken. Oops. This one is a little extra fat. I start cutting it, so that's why it's like showing that this one is good. So put it back there. And this one needs a little clean up. It's good to get your chicken clean up and then wash it with some, whether you have lime or lemon, you just give it a wash. Just do this. If you have a chopper, you can use a chopper, but my knife is sharp, so I just use my knife. Just bust the bone. Don't chop your finger though. This fat, get rid of them. So, you know, in your body. So I'm gonna shop, girl. So my file of work. There, it's working. Put them nearby. Don't get caught. Alright, this is the chicken bucket. Then we put power in it, chopping. And you know, sometimes they have a little thing at the bottom here. We used to call it oil can. Because we were so little and thought more or less that it was that part of chicken used to give a lot of oil. But now that you're big, you realize it's the full. You know. I don't want to say the word. So I have my lemon. Let me show you something more. You can cut your lemon. I'm going to show you how to cut it without getting the seeds in your thing. So you cut it top and bottom. Cut it like this. And then you go like this. You have to encounter with any seeds. See? Some people just have it and just cut it in like this, and then you have this part here, then you have to, just do it right around, and then see, you can even use this part to squeeze. See the amount of juice you get from it? All you have to do is just pick out the seeds after. See? You just pick the seeds out.
Why do you use lemon, lime, or vinegar to clean the chicken?
Just to cut the rawness of it. I don't like when I'm cooking my chicken, or the taste of rawness. I don't like that. I like my chicken fresh and nice. I wash it with, if I have lemon, I use lemon. And if I have vinegar, I use vinegar. Or lime. Or lemon juice. Sometimes it depends on where you live or where you're from. Sometimes it's out of season and the price is very spicy. So
Price.
What?
very spicy.
That's suspicious.
So
Price is spicy.
that's a miss of the tongue. Slip of the tongue. It should be pricey.
Pricey. Like like spicy.
Because I'm cooking, I think about spice. So the word spicy come out instead of pricey. Silly me. That's a little joke. And even if you are doing, for instance, you have friends over and you're making a drink for them, you can do your lemon like this, and then they don't have to be tickling out seeds and all of that, so it's good. Guys, I'm washing off the lemon juice off the chicken, and in the little creases of I would say the ribs cage, where you see those little flesh inside, or even in the hip, at the part that I said the chicken back, where sometimes you see some little like liver. It's one that look like liver, but it's not liver. It's really red and sticky. Just get it out and see. Just clean these parts out and let your chicken. Some people cook it in it, but I don't like doing that. But it's good to get it clean. See, it's all free from the brownness. Not really brown, but and then you drain the water off.
How much times do you wash it?
I just wash it. I just run enough water so it flow over while I'm washing it. But if you don't have a pipe and you're just dipping up from a bucket, you can rinse it twice. Alright, just to make sure that it's clean. And then you drain. You put your hand over. For those who don't have any experience, put it so your chicken don't fall over or fall out. So you put your hand, hold on the chicken, and let the water drains off. You can even squeeze on it so the excess water that is inside run out. Alright, and then you can just blend your seasoning and just put it in your. But I'll walk you through it for those who don't know. Alright. Okay guys, when you finish chopping your chicken on the cutting board, just clean your board before you put on anything else, like you're going to chop your seasoning, because you don't want cross-contamination, okay? So you just have to use a towel and just dry it off. Clean the area so no draining is there. And then you put it on the board. And then you get, I'm gonna get my seasoning, so I'll show you. Okay guys, so I have my ginger in the blender and garlic, and I'm going to strip my onion. Just cut off the part of it. Part of it. Cut around here, taking this part out as well. Just put up this. Alright, so I have a little scallion, green pepper, and orange pepper, and Scotch bonnet pepper. If you don't want to use Scotch bonnet, but curry is nice when it's a little spicy, tastes much better. But for those who are not on the spicy side, then you just minus this and then just use these. I'm gonna slice the onion instead of blending it because I'm doing the curry, and I'm just gonna blend the ginger and the garlic and the green pepper. So when I add it to my chicken, it dissolves faster. But for the onion and the carrot, that I will put onto the chicken, because when I put the chicken in, and it's gonna be like, maybe 30 minutes. Then I can just add these to it. If you want to add it to it, you can, like if you're pre-seasoning it, and leave it in your fridge just in case, for instance, you're going to work and you want to do that. You can season, and then when you're ready to prepare your curry, just pull these off and put your curry in your pot. I have turmeric powder. This is something I have brought from home in Jamaica. But I have this one I bought at Casco. I have my onion powder, garlic powder, and a little cayenne pepper. So if you don't want to use a Scotch bonnet, you can use a little cayenne pepper and a little chicken season, of course, just to give it a little spice. I don't use salt because this chicken season already have salt in it. So I just add these to it, and then when I'm ready to cook it, I'm going to show you, because I had a little of the turmeric to it, and then I'm going to put some in the oil when I'm ready to do the curry, because I burn my curry. Alright, so I'm just going to cut these up. Put them in the blender. And guys, when you're doing the curry, if you don't want your hand to get yellow, because curry is yellow, you can just add a little oil when you put the curry powder in the chicken. I show you when I get to that stage. Alright? Okay guys, so I had a little water, not much,
A toops.
just a little toops to it. So I try not to blend it out too soft, because it's gonna go there and it's gonna cook to bring the flavor in. So I sort of like chop it up instead of blending it completely. Alright, so just give it another whip. Yeah, so it's alright. I'm gonna just add it.
I see what you mean by have it dry. It's not runny. Like it's almost like a rub,
Yeah.
almost. Very good. See, a toops water.
Yeah, not much. When I'm doing other meat, I blend it completely. But for the chicken, the curry chicken, I just put it because it's just gonna cook with it. Because the ginger give it a nice flavor.
It smells good already. The seasoning combination smells so good.
This girl. Alright, I'm just gonna add the turmeric. And just
And this is the one from back home.
I'm just gonna get some oil and rub over it so my hand doesn't get yellow. And it even, when you put the oil on the chicken, when you put the curry, it doesn't allow your basin to get yellow as well. Alright, so I have used my canola oil. It says Art Healthy. Everybody's trying to live the healthy way. So I just pour a little, just a small portion, and just rub your seasoning in. See the container.
It's not, yes, I see. Because of the oil. It's not sticking to the container at all.
Exactly.
Wow. I didn't know that. Because afterwards your container is just ruined.
Add a little oil to it. And I have a little more curry.
And it's not even sticking to your hand either.
No, because I put the oil in it.
Oh wow.
You know, some people it will just yellow up your hand.
I noticed that you use your hand. Is that a better way to get it all nice and mixed?
Yes, mommy, will be in a seasoning.
Robina seasoning.
And just throw it in it so mango have no taste. When you do it like this, you mix the whole thing. See? Wash off your hand and throw it. See? My hand isn't yellow. See? You just add a little oil to it. So, a little onion powder. Seasoning. This one I bought at the supermarket here.
The Caribbean supermarket.
Yeah. Just rub it in. when you use oil, season your meat, it penetrates faster too.
Kind of the same as the ribs.
It's so fast in the chicken, especially you just come in an hour to cook. Just season it with a little oil. It's ready to go. You have to wait in it like no 15 minutes or anything for it to soak. For me, I normally after I do that I always test to see if it is sour. Some people don't like to do it. It's me, I'm cooking, so I just do a little bit. Taste it so you'll know if it's too sour or it needs a little more. Well, seems very right amount. So I'm just gonna close it up for 5 minutes, and then when I'm ready to cook it. So what I'm gonna do though, I'm just gonna add the scallion on top of it. Take the scallion off and I'm ready to cook it. So I'm just adding it to it now. Nice.
Onions.
Yeah, it's burning in my eyes. It's good onion though. Yeah, so I'm peeling my carrot because I'm gonna add some carrot to my curry. So just use the carrot peeler and get it off. You can add the carrot when you season it, or you can add it while it's cooking. So whatever works best for you, that's the way to go. And my pepper,
Scotchy.
Scotch bonnet.
Pass the scotchy panny left hand side. It's a go bun. It's a go bun. Pass the scotchy panny left hand side. It's a go bun.
Get rid of these seeds.
Yeah, that's gonna make it really hot.
Yeah, and I don't want it to be too spicy that it could be. Instead of enjoying your curry,
Mouth on fire.
your
This mouth is on fire.
So okay guys, so you use a little tip of oil, maybe a third. It depends on how much chicken you're cooking. So I just put a little, just to cover the bottom of the pot. Not excess oil. And then I'm just gonna add the curry. Just gonna burn it out. I dissolve it in it. When I said burn, I don't mean burn it until it's very dark. Just get it dissolved in it. Okay, you don't want it, because if it's burned, it's gonna be dark. So and just stir it. Metal rubbing against metal, that's why it's so noisy. Maybe I should have used a wooden spoon. Nothing too fancy.
Dutchy.
So we are used to our spoon, metal spoon.
Dutch pots.
Yes, my Dutch pot. So as soon as the oil is hot, I strip. Sorry. I take all the seasoning off the chicken. So when I put it in here, it doesn't have the seasoning. I have the leftover seasoning, which I'm gonna add close to the finishing of the chicken when it's cooked. You can put it in about maybe 15 minutes before the entire thing cooks, because you're not frying it. You're gonna put it in the oil, in the hot oil, and then you're gonna cover it. You're gonna add a little water to it, because the chicken springs its own water. You don't want too much water, because you don't want it like a soup. You're not making a soup, you're making a curry. So I'm gonna check. You pour everything all at once, because you already have this seasoning out. I have a little hot water. I'm just gonna use this and just rinse off it. See, even the plate doesn't get yellow. It's good when
Your hands are not even yellow either.
Exactly. So just use a little oil when you're seasoning, so it takes that yellow stain off the pan. Put it in, just give it a little stir. So it's settled in. good, girl.
It does. It smells really good. Me get hungry. Share my plate for now. Put in my order.
Yeah, put in your order. So, may I have the cover? Thank you. So, cover your curry and let it simmer.
Simmer, simmer,
Take its
simmer.
time and cook. Don't stir it too much because you don't want it to get broken up or mince up, get too, you know, you want a nice chunky curry chicken, you know, juicy, not oily, juicy. So that's why I use a little oil and then a little water to it and then cover it so it cooks. Some people use a lot of oil and then when you do it's more oil than the juice, you know. The oil is not good for you in that way. You can have the real gravy when you make your rice and peas. You can have your curry chicken with rice and peas, or you can have it with your white rice. Alright? And I'm gonna do some jasmine rice as well to go with my curry and some green beans to go with my curry. So my green beans will be my vegetable and I'm doing white rice, so that's my starch and my protein. So I have a little veg, a little starch, and a little protein. Good combination. Buzz off! Buzz off! Look, you see? It's not oily. See? It's juicy. So give it a stir so it doesn't stick. And just cover it, let it cook properly. Alright. Okay, so this is the season that was blended, and then the carrot and the onions together. I'm gonna have this when the meat is a little tender, not completely cooked, but would I say half cooked, and then you just add it and simmer it to all these, and then you don't want the carrot. I didn't put the carrot in early because I don't want it to be too soft. You know, you want to have your carrot with your chicken tasting in it. So just smells really good. So just blend your stuff together. Blend them in together. Or just mix them and just leave it, because it was on the chicken and you take it out now, then you just, you know, like that. See? And even the container, see, it's not sticking really because it has the oil on it. Ketchup. Guys, I have 2 cups of rice. Pour it in a strainer. This one will just big spot. So I'm gonna wash my rice. Wash it until all that starch comes out of it. And then I'm gonna add it.
What does that mean?
You know, rice has a lot of starch, so when you wash it, you notice a white milky water come out. Yeah, and that too, when you wash it out properly, it doesn't sour your rice quickly.
I didn't know that. So you're gonna wash it until the water in the pot is clear, or almost clear, or completely clear.
And for starters or persons that do not have good judgment in their water, what you can do is you can use 2 cups of water to begin, and then basically I would say use 2.5 cups instead of 3 cups, because it's, you know, and then you start with that and you cover your rice and you observe it, right? Then Some people use butter in their rice, but I don't like to use butter in my rice. I just cook my rice like this. If I'm adding anything to it, I would add some saute. I would grate the carrot, chop some onion, saute it, and just add it to my rice. But I would do that on the fire and then add it so it has that taste. I probably could do some of that and sort of let you guys see how I do my carrot rice. Alright, but you start first with 2.5 cups of water, and then when you shut it, you add your salt, but don't overpower with the salt, because the gravy from the chicken you're gonna add to your rice, so you don't want the rice is too salt and the gravy is salt. Okay guys, and while doing that, you observe, you use a fork and give it a little stir. When it's almost finished, then you taste it, take a little taste it to see if it is cooked. Then you'll know if you should add a little more water. And doing that, you can either put just a small amount of water, maybe I would say less than a third water, and if when you taste the rice is a little fresh, just add a little salt to the water. Taste the water, then you just pour gradually over it, because you already dissolved the salt in the water, so you know the taste of it, so you know that it's not too salty. And then you just sprinkle around it, not just one place, go straight around so it penetrates everything. And then you use a fork and give it a stir so it works into every part of the rice. So this part doesn't taste fresh, this is, because you blend it in together. Alright, okay guys, I put a little salt. You can do it this way too, for you, just let you know that it's not salt. So you judge and put a little salt, give it a stir.
The water is not.
You see, it's 2 cups of water. Right? So you can do this, taste it. It's not salt. Right? And if you do that and it tastes a little fresh, then you can add a little more in your spoon and put it in and give it a stir, so you have the taste that you're really looking for. Okay? For those who use butter, you can add your butter. I'm gonna put my rice in cold water. For rice and peas, you don't use the cold water because it's the peas and the coconut milk, it's already on the fire. But for the rice, plain white rice, use the cool water. So by the time it comes to a boil, it starts to cook gradually. Alright, and the water simmer down. You have the pot cover it. Some covers send off steams like water, so it'll make your rice moist. Some is dry. You can also get a cleaner up plastic and put over and cover it, or you can use foil paper, put over the top, cover it so it keeps the steam down. Turn your fire down, not too high, not too low, because if you do it too low, then it's gonna take a little time. Just moderate. Alright, some people use rice cooker, but I like to use my pot because I love the old way, right? The old good old way. So I'm not using any butter because my rice tastes good just without butter. Okay, okay guys, I'm gonna test the chicken to see if it's almost cooked, so I can add my seasoning in. So just cut a little piece. Yeah, it's not all there yet. but now I can add the extra seasoning that I had there. So I'm gonna add this to this. A little bit of water. I just use the water to just rinse the pot.
Warm water. Now I'll slope the pot.
No, it's not nice. So use warm water. And just use the fork and just. So on the top of a yellow clay container. Just stir so the thing just curry if you cook good. If curry not cook good, you run your belly. That's why I see sometimes when people go places and eat curry and then belly run the curry not cook good. Or they name burn the oil in the curry in the oil. So you run your belly. And guess what too? You can use, well, for like if when I used to be back home and if I prepare for guests, because you know they don't want the bones, I would use some raisin on the side or some shredded coconut, as it goes well with the curry. So you have it on the side, so when you give them a curry, give them a little coconut, shredded coconut, or some raisin, or some people want mango chutney, you can put a little, if you know, on the side, or pineapple. And then when you put it in their plate, you give them the little bowls or put it on the table. So if you have guests rather, or invite persons over, you can have a little chopped pineapple, a little raisin, a little shredded coconut, and just sit it there so they can use a little, sprinkle over their curry while they're eating it. It's very nice. Try it, guys. Try it. Yeah, the pineapple give it a nice flavor, just the same as the coconut. So when you do the shredded coconut, not the one that is in the package, you get the real coconut, peel that brown part off, and just shred it.
So I noticed you didn't use any coconut milk in this curry.
No, I didn't use any coconut milk.
This is the coconut milk free method. But then it can also go inside it too, if you so choose.
Well, basically I wouldn't cook it in it like that. I would rather have it on the side, because you know not everybody want coconut, but you have it shredded in a little, you call it a little pot, like little bowls, and then a little spoon, put it in a saucer, put a little spoon beside it. So if they want to spread a little, they can just spread a little over the curry. It really tastes good, and the raisin as well, because it has a sweetness to it, and so it's like a savory taste. Yeah, so my curry is here, my rice is here, and my green beans will be going in this little pot. I'm going to show you too how I do my green beans. Okay guys, so because the chicken is almost cooked, I don't bother to use a spoon, because when you use a spoon it's gonna be like mashing up your chicken. So I just use a fork and just elevate it a bit, give it a little movements, you know, because you use a spoon, it's like, and it just keep mashing up with, or you know, breaking up the chicken. You don't want the chicken look mincy, so I just use a fork just to get it moving, so that the carrot and the onions and the seasoning can sit well in there. See, you have a nice chunk of chicken.
Three.
So the water is boiling. So while it is boiling, the rice. Some people hand swell rice. My hand swell rice, I just use like 2 cups. And there it is. It hasn't complete yet, but it takes its time. I'm doing a little bubble in the pot. So when I have the fire at the eye right now, not too high. When I said I mean like 7, because some people's stove they have numbers, and you have, my own says goes to 8, and then past 8 it's really high, and that will burn your rice. So once it starts boil and you realize that the water is drying out, then you turn
The heat
stove.
down?
Yeah.
Turn the heat down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you turn the heat down, and when it is drying down, then you test it and see if it is cooked. As I mentioned before, then you add a little more water to it, because you don't want the rice too dry or it not cook. The grain ain't tough. Some people cook rice and the grain tough, and then eat it, you just feel the tough grain in your mouth. You know, say to them, go and say rice. You know, tell them say rice, so you say rice. Oh, it is. It's good, man, it's good. And then beat down for true. Guess what? Somebody they bubble up in your mouth there. Oh my God, I made tough. So you let it simmer down, and then you taste it, and then you add the water. It's easier to add more water to it than to put too much water in the beginning.
And turn soup.
And if I'm out on porridge, then you might have to turn it in the rice porridge. Just add the vanilla and nutmeg.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez.
I'll sweeten it with milk.
Oh, man. So,
Contaminate rice porridge, you know.
so basically, curry chicken with rice porridge.
What out a mixture? Like,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, so my rice, the water dried out, and I'm gonna test it. Grain is still a little hard, so you're gonna add a little water. You can put it in just same way in this, not much, and then just put it like this. Do the corners so it doesn't stick. And then go in the middle, like that. Give it another stir. See? the small amount that I use. Now that water.
1 cup of,
No, it's 2 cups.
2 cups of rice.
Mm-hmm. See?
Almost full the pot.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the stove temperature now?
I turn it down. Put it on low.
Okay.
So I'm going to saute, because as I mentioned earlier, that I was going to walk you through how to do the carrot rice. So I'm going to get my carrot shredded, and I'm going to chop my onion, and I'm going to show you how to make a carrot rice. I remember the whole time great why you go yard, you know, go to a supermarket and see it. Well, yard and see, look now a supermarket and see it, and I say, excited. It's a great a long time great, you know, so me buy I have my suitcase can come to America. I guess what? A good figurator potato is strong, and then whole time greater when you rub it, the potato material. Rub the potato and the coconut. When you grate this and then juicy. Oh, sir, see ya. One night so. Back to the old time days. The old these but goodies.
No. Okay.
A mascot.
You know, I'm not gonna use this to do the shredding because it can't do the shredding. So just showing my grater.
You're proud of that grater.
Yes. This is a fancy one now. It has different levels how you get your carrot. So I'm gonna use this side. So it comes straight and thin, not too thick. It depends on what size you have, or you just. This is very sharp too, so you have to be careful. Yeah, so I'm cutting the onions. This is to do the carrot rice. So I'm going to saute the onion and the carrot.
Getting it really fine.
Yeah. Now I'm going to use a little butter with this instead of oil.
Okay.
If you don't use butter, then you use oil. Not much. You can use the olive oil or the vegetable oil. But you have to go out of your way to specialize oil. Whatever oil you have, use it. Or whatever butter you have, use it. So I'm adding 2 ounces of butter. I don't want it burned. So turn my flame down. Okay, I don't want the butter to be burned, so I elevate it off the heat a little, and just keep rotating it. So the heat from here penetrates. And then I sit it back because I'm gonna put the, see, it's bubbling up. So I'm just gonna add the chopped onion. I'm gonna saute it. Okay, so the onion is being sauteed in the butter, and I shred my carrots.
It almost looks like cheese, cheddar cheese.
So basically it's like you off the carrots, then the onion. Yes, I'm sauteing the onion and the carrot together in the butter. I'm gonna cover it. Cover it so it simmers. Right. Simmer it for, because the flame is turned extremely low, so I'm simmering it for 3 minutes. Then I'm going to take it off, and then I'm going to show you what I do with it to make the carrot rice. Okay, so this is what the sauteed carrot and onion looks like. So I'm going to add it.
Now I see why you didn't put any butter in the rice. Because you'd have butter on top of butter.
So, now I'm going to use a fork to work it in. So it goes right through.
And it's giving the color at the same time. That's so yummy. Remember me order, miss. Remember me order.
You see how the rice come right up now?
Yes. 2 cups. Almost fill the whole pot.
So you rotate it while you loosen up the carrots so it spread evenly. Yeah, so this is my green beans. I'm gonna cut this part off. So
Which ends?
this one with the stem.
The stem.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cut my green beans in half. Some of them can cut in 3. half. Depends on the size of it. So I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna put them in boiling water, not cold water, boiling water. So I have my boiling water. I'm just gonna put my green beans in it.
How long do you keep it for?
I'm gonna cook it for 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Okie doke.
Some people like it very soft. So if you want it, the string bean very soft, then you cook it a little longer. But for me, I like when it's crunchy. It tastes much better.
Do you put salt in the water?
No, I didn't put any salt because normally I just cook the green beans like that. If in case you need a little salt, then you can sprinkle a little over it. But because all these already have salt in it, when you put together, you don't need no more salt, girl. Easy on the salt. Okay, so this is my carrot rice, as is in the pot. I'll show you the end product when I'm finished. The curry is here simmering and the green beans here cooking. Thanks guys for taking the time out to watch my video. Like, share and subscribe to Miss Valrie and the Jamaican Hub. Thank you. See you next time.